Have you ever stopped to think about what your most valuable resource is? Well, let me give you a hint. It's not your money, it's not your material possessions, it's not your career, and it's not your relationships. Your most valuable resource is time. Time is the one thing that is never being replenished and is always running out. Time is the only thing that you can use to do any activity in your entire life. How are you spending yours? The purpose of this video is to help you understand the value of time and to help you understand that time-saving strategies like lean home organization and optimization can save you that valuable time every single day. So that way you can use that valuable time on the things you value most. Hi, my name is Randall Ferguson, and I have been a manufacturing and process engineer for 20 years of my career. It has been my job to work for big corporations to save them time and save them money every single day. I have learned many strategies of how to save them time and save them money, and now I want to bring those skills to you. I want to show you how you can use these strategies to make your home organized and optimized so that you can save time and money every single day. In this video, we are going to cover the emotional value of your time so you can have an idea of really what your time is worth. Once we've done that, I'm going to show you how much time you can save using lean home organization and optimization strategies. Once I've shown you how much time you can save using one of these strategies, then we're going to cover how much your time is worth monetarily. That way you can understand how much was I able to save by implementing this one simple strategy. So what is the emotional value of time? Time is finite and it is irreplaceable. You cannot get it back. It is like sand falling through our fingertips. There is no way to get time back once it is past. Once it is in the past, it's in the past, and there's no way we're going to get that time back. It is said that 75% of all the time you will ever spend with your kids will happen by age 12. And by age 18, 90% of all the time you will have spent with your kids will be used up. That only leaves 10% of the time you'll spend with your kids after they are into adulthood. It is incredibly important that we take this time seriously and really value it. For me, my parents are starting to age now, and every time I see them at a holiday or a special event, I think to myself, how many more special events do we have left? How many more opportunities are we going to have to connect with our family members? This time is incredibly important, and we need to make sure that we understand the emotional value of that time. In addition, I want to spend as much valuable time with my kids as I possibly can. They are quickly approaching the age of 12, and it won't be long before they're 18. So I need to make sure that I use the time that I have to spend it wisely, spending it with my children. I think understanding this statistic really helps you understand the value of your time and how you need to make sure that you are using it properly. This emotional time isn't just for people who have kids or for family members. It is also special time that we use to become spiritual, to connect with the world, to understand the world better, to pursue music, art, passions, hobbies. This time is time that we can use to really connect with our inner values and pursue those values as much as we can. This is what I like to call the emotional value of time, because it is really heavily tied to our emotions and how we feel about this time, how we attach to this time. This time is very visceral. It is time where you are actually feeling something and it is actually moving you. When we're emotional and when we are connected with other people and having relationships, that time is impossible to quantify. And in fact, I would call it priceless. Some people might want to put a monetary value on emotional value of time, but the reality is it's impossible to do. Let me know in the comments section what the emotional value of your time is. So how can we save as much time as we possibly can to pursue the things that we really truly value? We know that time is slipping away, but there's good news. If you spend some time today, you can put in place a time-saving strategy that will reap rewards throughout your entire life. Let me give you an example of something we recently implemented in our home that is going to save us time every single day. And I will be going over it more in depth in a future video. Our family put in place a process to store our shoes so that it was much easier for us to put on and take off our shoes every single day. This may seem like a simple change. This may seem like it is something small and doesn't have that much of a ramification within our household, but I can guarantee you that these small changes are going to have big ramifications for saving time every single day. I figure we spent about 6 to 7 hours actually implementing this change. But based on what I've seen so far, it looks like we will probably save about 2 minutes every single day for every single person in our family putting on and taking off our shoes. This doesn't seem like a lot. 2 minutes. Okay, between 4 people, that's 8 minutes saved every day. Okay, that doesn't seem like a whole ton, but it adds up really rapidly. I calculated it out, and for me alone, I will save about 12.17 hours every single year just from this change. That's a pretty good return on investment. So that means in half a year, if it's just me, I'm going to get a return on my time investment. When you include the rest of our family, now you're talking about a savings of 48.6 hours. That is a lot of time to be saving every single year. Even after you subtract the initial time investment, I calculated that you'll be gaining back extra time after only 7 weeks. This is great because you'll be able to see that you are earning this time every single day. But keep in mind, this process is going to be with you as long as you live. In 20 years, this process will have actually saved your family 980 hours. That's a huge amount of time. 980 hours is enough time for your entire family to take a 10-day vacation. And I think we could all use an extra vacation. This doesn't even take into account the many other factors of things that you save by making this organizational change. So now that your shoes are organized, your shoes are just taking up a lot less space. And that space actually has a pretty good value to it. Based on our area where we live, the value of a square foot of space is around $10 to $15 per square foot. I figure we actually saved about 10 square feet. So you could say that we saved about $100 worth of space every year. In addition, there is a mental stress that comes with disorganization, and that is hard to quantify, but we all know it is there. You know that when you step into a space that is just well organized and well laid out, you can just breathe a little bit easier. A well organized space allows you to find infrequently used items very easily. It may only be once a year that you spend 30 minutes looking for your rain boots, but having a well organized space will save you that 30 minutes. In addition, your shoes are just going to be much easier to maintain. You will no longer have your nice shoes getting dirty because kids piled their shoes on top of your shoes. And you won't have to spend all this extra time repolishing your shoes because someone set their muddy shoes on top of your shoes. That just won't happen. Having your shoes well organized is also a lot safer. You can't imagine how many times I've actually tripped on shoes going in and out of our house. And having them well organized prevents that from happening ever. It only takes one $500 trip to urgent care to justify organizing your shoes. This simple change that we made to our area has really had a lot of different ramifications, and all of this time that is saved can just be seen as money in the bank. The time bank, that is. Do you have a great time saving tip that you would like to share? Please share it with us in the comments section. I love to find out new tips. I love to try out new things that can maybe help me save time every single day. So we have established the emotional value of time is priceless. And I've shown you a way that you can save a lot of time every single day. But it's really hard for us to kind of quantify, what is that time worth to us? What does that mean to us? It really makes sense to take a look at the monetary value of that time. And we can figure out how much this monetary value is for each and every one of us. And as an engineer, I really need to have a number to associate with the time savings. So that way I can say, oh, okay, that is what it's worth. That is worth that amount of time. That is worth that amount of dollars. And this is a great way for us to be able to say, this is how much this change is really worth to us. So what is the monetary value of our time? And this should be really pretty straightforward. This is just a simple calculation. We will be calculating how much your time is worth hourly based off of how much money you normally work at your job, or how much money you would be paid otherwise if you're taking care of someone, or the monetary value that you bring to your household on a daily basis. We will be calculating out how much you are paid hourly, including all the associated time and expenses that go with it. This is not just for people with careers either. This is for people who are working from home and working a side hustle. This is for people who are generally trying to figure out how much is my time worth and what is the return on my time that I'm getting. Even if you don't have a career, you might be taking care of someone, or you might be displacing the need to pay for other things. These all have value, and you should know what that value is worth. It will likely surprise you. As an example, if you had 3 kids, you would at least need to pay $1,500 a month in childcare every single month for each child. Here is your time value calculation. It'd be $1,500 times 3 divided by 40 hours per week times 4 weeks. That's $28.13 per hour. That's actually not half bad. When you make these calculations, make sure you try and take into account any extraneous costs that are out there. The biggest one that I always try and account for is travel time. People kind of discount this and they don't consider this when they're considering a new job. And sometimes a longer commute can really be a detriment to your life. When you make these calculations, make sure you try and include all the extraneous expenses or additional time like PTO, transit involved, and other things. Here's an example of a salaried role that makes $80,000 a year, has a commute of 1 hour each way, and has 2 weeks of PTO. As you can see, the calculation gets pretty complex as you put it in. So I have included a handy spreadsheet in the description that will help you calculate the hourly value of your time. Also keep in mind, this is just to give you a rough idea of the monetary value of your time. This doesn't include things like 401k, Social Security, other benefits such as healthcare, and other benefits. There are a lot of things that kind of go into a compensation package, and all of those are really hard to calculate. This tool is just meant to give you a ballpark value so you can have at least an idea of how much you are approximately saving. So now we have a dollar per hour value of our time. Let me know what you think of the monetary value of your time in the comment section. Was it more than you expected? Was it less? Does it better give you a frame of reference as to how you contribute to your household and how it really helps out your family? So now that we have a monetary value for our time, dollars per hour, let's go back to our actual time saving strategy and figure out how much actual money we're saving. So here, let's make some assumptions. Let's assume that you and your partner make about $30 per hour through the calculator. But let's say that the other 2 people in your household are kids. They would only have maybe a value of $5 per hour. That's just an estimate, but you have to consider that kids do still provide value. So based upon this, in the first year of implementing this shoe organization, the adults will have saved $730 and the kids will have saved $121. That gives us a total savings of about $850. That's pretty good for a 6-hour investment. However, that investment reaps rewards every single year for 20 years, right? So how much is that worth in 20 years? Calculating that out, that comes out to $17,000. And that doesn't even give your children more value to their time, because as they age, their time gains value rapidly. Part of me wanted to label this video how to make $17,000 just organizing your shoes, but I thought that might be a little clickbait. So now you have seen the emotional value of our time and how it is really incredibly priceless. And you've seen that there are simple strategies that we can implement on a daily basis to earn back some of that time every single day. And you've seen that making these small changes can really have a big payout in terms of our value. Having this information is really going to improve your life. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty more strategies that can save you time every single day. And we're going to go over that in this channel. Keep your eyes open for our video covering shoe organization and optimization. It's really going to be a great video. It's going to show you all the steps that we took to optimize our area and how you can replicate these simple processes in your own home. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. It really helps the channel out and helps us get a broader reach. Thanks a lot for joining us. Bye.